Hello, people. As you can see, this is a game called Z Collapse. You play as the government during the start of the zombie apocalypse. So, your goal is to keep order. This game came out the 1st of September of 2022. It was made by Hawk & Co. I don't know what country to play as. I've played this game a little bit, a few hours. About 4, I believe. I want to stay away from places like the US or China. That is too many people to deal with. So, what I'll do is let's play in. Let's go with Greece. I have a coal mine, power plant, factory, whatnot. So, every nation has population. It's the entire population of your country. It is your workforce, and it's basically your manpower in the sense of recruiting units, which this appears to be my starting units. Let's not play with chaos. Chaos is an interesting mechanic that I do like. It's when you get to 100% chaos, your government will actually collapse, causing you to lose the game due to, well, everyone's panicking so hard that no one's going to listen to the government. So I'm just going to play as Greece and just kind of play it with. It's a neat little game. It's missing a few things here and there. Some things I would like improved, like maybe an auto attack feature for certain enemies. So, yep, here I am. So this is the deployment phase. Depending on what country you were, will dictate how many starting equipment you would have. So, as Greece, I have 2 army bases, a factory, and a power plant. The zombie infection will kind of just appear. So I'm going to put an army base there and a army base here. Put the factory over here by Athens. Do I own roads? Or Crete? No, I don't. Okay. Oh, I can put it on this island. So the power plant is pretty important, so I'll put it on this island. And my family. Interesting. Okay. Yes. As you can see, there is clear victory conditions. Create the vaccine. And you lose if you lose all your buildings. I.e., your cities, your power plant, army bases, factories, all that. Oh. And as soon as I press this button, zombie pandemic will appear across the entirety of the world. Let me just pause the game real quick. So, there's multiple different things. There is the global population, which probably if I let it tick over for a day. Let's get to it. Yeah. The total Earth population is 7.71 billion. It's a lot. Yeah, so see that 196 people have actually been infected. That number's going to start getting out of hand very quickly. You can see the total amount of zombies that you have personally killed. The hordes start getting ridiculous after a while. You have various resources. You have production, which is used for, well, building units, buildings, etc. You have high-tech parts. This is used to actually make advanced units like tanks, helicopters, and to upgrade your other buildings like power plants, factories, mining, etc. Make them more efficient. You can't produce any more of these. There's no way to. The only way you can really get more is reclaiming it from a fallen country if they haven't burned it all already. So I could invade Albania right here, which I might actually do. Get their population, bring it over somewhere around here, and gives me more workers and more scientists, which is based off your population. There is total power consumption. I am producing more power than what I'm using. At least I think that's what that means. My total population. This will not increase over time. Because apparently, during the zombie apocalypse, people are no longer having kids, even if the global governments are still around. So this number will just progressively go down, and it will tell you what's making it go down. You have panic. You don't want this high. It goes down based off you giving your people electricity. If you run out of power, panic ensues full force. It's not going to be a fun time for you. You have research. Research is nice. It's really the only way you're going to stand any sort of a chance against bandits or zombies. In my experience, the zombies will get a bit out of hand later on, so these buffs are needed but not required in the beginning. Bandits, on the other hand, are very difficult to fight. Because when you fight them, even though you are the military and the government, you have a minus 80% on effectiveness when fighting bandits. So I suppose most world governments fighting in a particular region in the world will not know how to fight guerrilla fighters, which is very odd. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to, let me find it. Huh. Nice. I'm going to improve the effectiveness of my factories because as Greece, I have one factory and this hurts. I only have a handful of people. I don't even have enough people to field my factory completely, nor to completely field my power plant. You can choose how many people or what resources you burn in your power plant, for this is somehow a coal plant, a oil plant, and a nuclear reactor all at the same time. No idea how, but that's how it is. So, I'm just going to move these troops out of here. Now, early on, when your mobilization is high enough, you'll actually generate panic whenever you take your troops out of anywhere. I guess it's just your population raising concern because they don't know why the government's mobilizing their troops and moving it around. So I'm just going to go tell these boys here to go protect Athens, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I will butcher that. But that right here, this little group, is small. The zombie hordes can get into the millions due to, well, the population of the planet. And as Greece, I'm not going to have a fun time with my low population. So I'm going to have to take Albania, take There are 3 million people if I can get them all around, which would almost double or almost increase my population by like 40%. And we're just gonna do this, even though I think it's a bit odd that these governments have militias already. You would think no one would have these. We don't need these people here. This harbor's important. That's how you get your boys everywhere. Policies. Mobilization. Daily panic plus 0.2. Yeah. Okay, I won't be able to deal with that. This, on the other hand, good, but it does reduce my mobilization. So, I'm going to apply this to reduce, well, we need to mobilize and, well, and we need a lower panic. So my chaos, very high. If I left that setting on from the main menu, I would actually lose the game if this hits 100%. But that's not going to be the case. Let me just unpause the game. I'm wanting to be very wary of, well, everything right now. So I need to be aware of certain units called infectors that will kind of just show up. You can't stop them. It's a bit annoying, and there's no way to tell your boys to attack them automatically. Ah, Macedon's already mobilizing. So what I think I'm going to do is once I get the, where did I decide to build it? In this city? Yes. So I'm building a builder unit because I'm going to create a refugee camp somewhere around here. Let's build refugee camp and build it here. This is where I'm going to put everyone once I start unifying the Balkans, because I'm going to need population for what I'm about to start doing. And oh, patient 0. Ah, Qatar. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean much. It just means that the first infector has actually reached. Ah, infector. Perfect. So, or infestor. They look like spiders for some reason. I'm just not going to want to deal with that, so I'm just going to send my army over here and go kill it. These little buggers are very stealthy. So they'll kind of just crop up on you randomly, and you will never notice it until it's too late, especially once you're a large nation like Russia, China, Kazakhstan, the USA, Brazil, Canada, basically any large nation by landmass. You're going to have a very tough time with infestors because they'll crop up everywhere. They'll even spawn in your line of sight. Of what I understand, it used to be much worse. Of course, Macedon. Okay. So, I guess I should start explaining a bit more, even though I've been explaining a lot already. Hope I'm not an information overload. This little biohazard sign means that there's infestation in the populace. Once that gets really high, hordes will start spawning. Already 500,000 people's already been infected. Great. Oh, now it's 1,000,000. I'm going to start with a good old troop production. And we'll see from there if I can get it. I'm going to build a couple tanks, even though they're albeit not that useful in this game. They get destroyed very easy by the more specialized infected. By the end game, the more prevalent use is just to swarm them with, well, actual infantry. They're more cost effective than building tanks and helicopters. I should not. What? Ah, okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to start training some more people and watch my nation to make sure no more infestors crop up on me. Just going to speed up time a little bit. I'm losing population due to recruitment, which is fine. I'm losing production due to troop production. And also high-tech parts, losing oil due to production. Research is finished. Now my factories are going to be 25% more effective. Very useful. Oh. Create an infrastructure dedication to industrial production of a vaccine. Pretty good. Pretty good. You know what? Since I'm going to need to do this because I'm going to have to invade these nations around here, get their population, bring them to the refugee camp, secure here, and just become the bastion of the Balkans, I guess. Now, zombie hordes will not spawn next to a city that has no infection and has yet to be infected, which is the only saving grace you really get. Oh no, I'm almost out of production. That's 2 million population that I want to grab. So we're just gonna mobilize a few more people together. Now, they do have a system to prevent you from just keeping your units out all the time. There's a cohesion bar. I am not completely sure what it does. I have not played the tutorial of this game because I think it's more fun to actually play it and figure it out as you do. But I have a theory that it just reduces the effectiveness of those units. And if it gets to 0, then I guess all the troops disappear or something like of those regards. A bit annoying, but you make do. Let's create an army here. Create mass panic and just go invade some nations. It's a fun time making some panic. Let's just mobilize a ton of men and invade a nation for no reason, because the zombie apocalypse, well, actually should be quite prevalent at this point, with nearly 60 million people have been infected. A little bit spooky, if you ask me. But, you make do. Let's reduce power consumption. So that's an infection level 2. They don't even have enough population to field their own power plants. Hopefully this is enough. Okay, so start this off. We're going to start the invasion of Macedonia. Wait, what are you building? Surprised that it didn't create more panic through the surprise invasion of Macedonia. You would think it would, but apparently not. I, I, I don't want to attack the builder. I didn't want to do that, but okay. Yep, and invading here. Take out the people. Hopefully no civilians are killed in the process, because that would be terrible. Evacuate. Oh, infector. We're just gonna take you to this camp and create an army. There is nobody here. So troop production. Let's just get a couple militia. Create an army. Go. Ooh. Oh, horde. What? Oh, I didn't know that cropped up. Wait, what? When did that happen? Surprise attack from the zombies, I guess. Let's go ahead and clear out the resources here. And then we will invade the Albania home. Oh my god, the horde. Take this town. Pause the game, because apparently I'm being jumped from all sides. I don't know how a horde got here, but okay, because Athens and this city is infected. Neither of them. So that doesn't quite make any sense to me. But sure, let's go with that. Let us do a little bit just researching the infection itself. Reduce the growth of infestation. Well, that's kind of important. And then we'll evacuate the populace and move them to the refugee camp. And there we go. That should have gotten rid of Albania. Can I hop in on that? No? Let's just go ahead and kill that off. So, the zombies are interesting. They kind of play by Left 4 Dead rules, I guess, where you have your typical run-of-the-mill zombie, and then you have more specialized infected that specialize in taking down certain things. So there's the Abomination. Think of it as the tank, I guess. Then there's the Spitter. Both of those, they correlate for dealing with tanks and helicopters, respectively. So they're kind of a threat, and the reason why helicopters and tanks are useless, because you can swarm them with a ton of infantry, especially after you research everything, and be perfectly fine. So we'll just create an army here. Move that there. More panic. Oh, Iceland has collapsed. Global panic has now increased. And Greenland collapsed at some point. Not know that happened. But I'll go with it. So let's just do that. We're going to need storage here, because these cities can only carry so much, and it'll start becoming problematic if I run out of storage. Let's just put you back in here. I agree. Wait, what? Wait. I have more people working? Oh, yeah, the coal mine. Forgot about that. Let's just split this off and create a very tiny unit of just militiamen. I can create another tiny splinter group. Go capture everything, and for you, go take this city. I don't want these places to be around. Let's just nip this in the bud real quick. How many troops they got in here? Really not that much. So, we'll just go deal with that. Keep the refugee camp good. We got 4 million people. And that was just from these two nations right here that we have occupied to keep the peace. That's what we'll tell the UN after all this blows over. Alexander's empire, or I don't know, or Byzantium. I don't know. We're here to just deal with everything. Let's go deal with that. Actually, let's just combine you into one. Clear storage, because I'd rather not store anything here. Very bad positioning. So storage, we'll build it out here. Hopefully give us more vision over here. But I don't know how effective that's going to be, since vision doesn't stop the zombies from spawning. At the very least, stop the infestors from spawning there. Or maybe since I have no infected in my country, stop the hordes from spawning within me. My panic increases every time I move the army about, so that's going to be a problem for me. So we'll just go ahead and attack Serbia. Maybe not. Okay, that's 126 or 127,000. I might be able to take that. Yeah, I'll wipe it out. Oh god. So panic kind of sucks in the sense that you're losing people to panic, so they're kind of leaving you and joining the bandits. That's problematic because bandits are very difficult to fight. Then I'm also losing refugees due to attrition because, well, moving nearly, which used to be 1 million people, across, well, this region. Don't quite know what the geography is here, but it wouldn't be easy. Not by any sense of the imagination. So can I deal with that? Yes. So we're gonna just wipe out the hordes as we can. Storage built up. Maybe build something else down here. Now, for this army, we're gonna go take Belgrade. While the militia deal with all this. We're keeping the peace, I swear. Huh. It's already been a year. Wow. Time sure flies whenever you're dealing with the apocalypse. So So I'm just gonna abandon that. Stop doing that. Do that. Abandon this city. I just can't defend those, and frankly, I don't need them. Once we take Belgrade, then Serbia here will fall. Which, frankly, it's fine. Evacuates. So, interesting bug I've noticed while playing this game. So, there is an infestation level of 4 here. As soon as I evacuate these people, all 6 million of them, and should I put them back in here, which I won't, because it'll cause more panic, the infection or infestation level will actually decrease, which is the interesting thing. Oh. What? What country? Oh. Okay. A former colony collapsed. Got it. What's this army doing? Barely anything. So storage is just nice because cities can only hold so much. Look at that. We've already greatly increased our population. Horde. And horde. So we're just gonna crit army. We're gonna deal with this because if these hordes touch these refugees, the refugees are gone. And the hordes are far faster than them. So I just need to deal with this right now, because I don't want to lose 6 million people to zombies. That's, oh. What? Oh, no. That's not good. Let's just mobilize the reserves. I don't know if you can cross here. Oh, God. Where are you going? This refugee camp's gonna collapse. Oh, look at that. We almost had a complete disaster on our hands. All these people I've relocated almost died. It might not look like much now, but the zombies are only getting stronger. Over here in China, with this population, and just these cities, is the reason why I don't even want to touch that place in this game. I'm not looking forward when the zombie hordes come out of China, or Russia, or India, or anywhere in Europe. It's just going to swarm, just become a wall of undead, bashing down on anyone left. It's a race against time, and frankly, we're not going to win through time. But I think I'm going to end this here. So this is Z Collapse. It's a nice little game. Has its own little problems. But other than that, I think it has promise. And if you want it, it's on Steam. I'll link it in the description. Goodbye, y'all.